Oh man, I hate the unibrow. I swear people, a unibrow feels like something that just connects in the center of your head. I mean, for crying out loud, it's just a piece of fur that connects your eyebrows and makes it look like one formed unity. Gives me a cool idea though. Well, CES is shaking everybody up because we got a ton of new reveals at CES and I gotta really break them down. And let's start with OnePlus, as they have revealed glimpses of the new OnePlus 10 and 10 Pro. But fanboys and fangirls, do not get your hopes up because there's something we gotta talk about that is very critical and might be trouble in paradise. Also, Samsung has revealed the S21 Fan Edition, and you know, I gotta tell you, it is a good phone, but I have to admit, the ceiling with their crowded mid-range is starting to get very congested. They're probably gonna have to pull a Thanos snap soon. And lastly, if you haven't heard by now, Apple has reached the $3 trillion mark. They are the first firm to ever reach $3 trillion. And I'm gonna take a moment to really give appreciation to Tim Cook, because nowadays, you know, he's a very easy target, but I'm gonna give the man some prop. So let's not waste any time, let's get to tech. Alrighty, first one up on the chopping block is OnePlus. Now, as you know, me, John Prosser, Sneed Mobile Tech, TA Tech, and pretty much everybody in the tech world has been very, very critical of OnePlus recently. And it's not because we have anything better to do with our lives, it's just that they have put themselves in this situation. OnePlus, from time and time again, have proven that they are failing their customers, they're failing their fans, and they're just continuing to show themselves out the door. We don't even need to give them a cookie on the way out. But it looks like they want to keep some kind of momentum and they want to strike back like Cobra Kai, because it looks like they have the OnePlus 10 and 10 Pro and the first revealed images are here. Now, taking a look at them, they're exactly what I showed you a few weeks ago, so I'm not going to go all in on the details. But there is something very important that I want to talk about, and I'm going to read it to you in just a second. Taking a look at the images, we can see that the design is, again, very similar to every release of OnePlus's phone. I really don't think I need to comment anymore because at this point, the designs are all going to be the same. The punch hole design works, so let's just keep it that way. But taking a look at the phone itself, it seems that we're going to get this on January 11th. January 11th is the target date that we're going to see a full reveal with more information on the specs, hardware, but we can speculate that it will have 50 watts of fast wireless charging, which is very impressive, I do have to give credit, and 80 watts of fast charging wired. Yeah, I kinda gonna have to keep an eye on that phone at all times at 80 watts. I'm sorry. But taking a look at the time frame, according to the reports, OnePlus is teasing the announcement on January 11th where they will debut it. However though, here is the kicker in the rye and something we have to talk about. They have announced that this phone will be released first to China and other areas with no time frame in America. And according to several reports, this is the start of the transition out of the American market. If this is true, for them to delay the American release, this is the beginning of the end, according to several analysts. They're claiming that because OnePlus is targeting the Asian and Europe market, more prioritizing them over the American market, this is a signal to their consumers here in the United States that this is their way out. Now listen, I don't necessarily think that they're going to do that because, listen, as critical as I am of OnePlus and as much as I have talked about OnePlus, they can't just do it like that. They have to transition slowly. They can't just last minute pull out. So I don't think we're gonna see them pull out right away. But that is a really, how do I put this lightly? And I don't care if I piss any OnePlus fan off at this point. I really don't care. But how do I put this? That's a sad move. First of all, OnePlus, I don't understand why would you release a phone only to release it late in the American market? First of all, let's talk about how bad that is. Number one, you're far behind on competition. If you were ever going to get any hopes of getting any market share, because you're barely on any market share list of Q1, Q2, Q3, of anything from last year, and if you're going to even try to get anything this year, you may as well release the phone as soon as now. That's your only chance of getting maybe 1% market share. That's number one, here in the United States anyway. Number two, at the same event that you showed these teasers, Samsung came out with the Fan Edition, which I'm going to talk about next. So you're already losing out. But number 3, most importantly, you just basically told everybody that supports you here in the United States, in the American market, yeah, we know you're not buying our devices, so we're just gonna hold it for a little while, and then if you really want it, we'll give it to you when we're ready. And maybe that's not exactly what they're saying, but look at the evidence, guys. OnePlus is failing their customers, they're failing their fans. Here in the United States, mostly. I don't care what happens outside of here. I focus on where I live, and I focus on the data sheets and the analysts. And from what the data is showing, OnePlus has been failing, and they're continuously failing here. They have not had any big momentum, they have not had anything. And this device does look like a very powerful device. It looks like it has everything. The problem is, we're already seeing it in other flagships, and it's so hard to distinguish. I'm not trying to give you a rant here, guys, but at the end of the day, all I'm gonna say is this. OnePlus, for you to release this phone late and you are prioritizing other markets, that's basically giving us the sign that you want out of here. Because I think you probably have realized that you're not doing well here, and it doesn't matter what you do at this point. I don't know how you're gonna get American market goers to get to switch. Now, I understand you wanna target Samsung and Google users, but at this point in the game, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I mean, listen, the device looks capable, but I don't know, man. Let me hear your thoughts down below. I think there's trouble in paradise, and for them to pull it that fast, says volume. Alrighty, talking about CES, let's talk about the Samsung S21 Fan Edition. Now, as I already reported with John Prosser and others, yes, this phone is here. This phone is here. It was released at CES, and of course, it does set up, again, the S22? I don't know. Honestly, we're so confused at this point, guys. I don't know. But anyway, talking about the Fan Edition, Samsung has really improved this model. And honestly, I gotta admit, I gotta tell you guys, this is premium mid-range at its finest. Let me explain. Because the device itself is everything that we've known it was going to be, but it ups it in a way where I don't think any of us saw it going. According to the actual reports from people at CES, and of course the spec sheet, the build quality is made out of aluminum. They're no longer going with plastic. Plastic has been phased out. We're now in the era of where aluminum phones, the aluminum back is coming back. Haha, get it? I actually like aluminum phones. They were very well in durability. I kind of miss that. The glass back is just eh. But anyway, taking a look, they have a dynamic AMOLED display, a 6.4-inch display with 120 Hz refresh rate. They also have a 32 megapixel camera. You also have a variant other types of specs with 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, 256, whatever the case is. And the price is surprisingly $699 to $769. You know, I gotta tell you, man, you know, I was just talking about OnePlus before. This kind of just puts the nail in the coffin. For Samsung to make a device that is so similarly packed, basically doing what OnePlus was doing, but doing it better, kind of speaks a lot of volume. However, though, there is one thing I have to mention. Now that they've released this phone and they have accepted the Fan Edition, the question now becomes, how many mid-ranges are you going to release? Because we have the A series, we now have the Fan Editions, and the 8 series do hit a nice demograph at a cheaper price point, so I'm not going to confuse that with that. But what I want to ask the question is, Samsung, you know, you're now starting to do what you did with the S series, the Note series, the Fold series. So you better take a look at this lineup and snap one of them, so that way the Fan Edition can be the premium of the A series or whatever you got going on, because it's starting to get a little messy in there, and we don't want to have a repeat of what happened last time. Now do it. And last story, the final story, let's talk about the $3 trillion mark for Apple. Now, this is a very big deal because this is one of the first few firms to ever reach $3 trillion. The stock market has valued it at that, and Apple has a huge lead in terms of money growth, annual income, everything. Now, I know a lot of you are very critical of Apple, and to be honest with you, I don't really care. I'm just here to report the news, do my job. But I gotta tell you guys, you know, we talk about how other companies innovate, we talk about this and that, but no matter what any of us say, and no matter how much of us may despise Apple with a passion, there is no denying that this company will be around for years and years until we are dead and gone, but they are probably one of the biggest profitable companies of the tech era. And that is all thanks to a man who I think really does need to get a lot of credit. Tim Cook. Now, I've been very jokingly of Tim Cook. I've made fun of him at times. Tim Apple has also been a big meme. But I do respect his hard work that he's put into Apple, and now seeing how far he's brought this company since Steve Jobs passed away and segueing the market, making these products, overseeing everything. This man has really made Apple on a pedestal. He's putting it on a pedestal, and he doesn't get enough credit. Now, I'm not going to go all Apple sheep and talk about, oh, I'm going to ride Apple for the rest of my life, because I've always diversed. I use Androids, I use everything. But I cannot deny the impact that Tim Cook has had, if I'm being serious. Tim Cook has made Apple what it is, and we gotta give this man a lot of credit for that, because a lot of people in that man's shoes would not have been able to do what he's done. And it's a very hard pill to swallow, especially coming from the Steve Jobs era and in a time when he passed so suddenly. So to see the change in the last decade is incredible. So Tim Cook, you really do deserve the praise that you're getting. You have not only made this company the most financiable, but you're probably gonna go out on a bang as probably one of the best CEOs to ever dawn in this era. Probably not Elon Musk style, but you'll definitely be remembered for everything that you're doing right now. And if the Apple car is your last project, good for you, man. You earned your retirement fund. And that's it for today's episode of Tech Night. Now guys, again, I'm probably pissed a lot of people off and I could care less anymore. That's how you stand out, but also that's just me being me, and if you don't like it, again, I don't really care. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. Helps circulate my videos anyway, so if you're hating, you're just spreading my video out. So thank you for that. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next episode. Have a great day guys. Take care, stay safe, and remember one thing kids, hugs, not drugs. Peace!